Hi. So this one time, right, I was driving, and I remember it to be on the highway. And oftentimes, when you are driving, you are using a vehicle, some kind of a car. And I was in a car, and look, it was the strangest thing. It was like an empty highway, even though it was like the middle of the day. It seemed like, like if you ever watch Zombieland or any kind of other cinema in which there's like a zombie apocalypse, you, you kind of see that the roads are just empty and there's not a lot of human beings in sight. You might catch a couple of animals here and there, some critters, but for the most part, I remember just not seeing anything, right? And I just remember driving down, and like it's like it didn't really make sense. It felt like an endless loop. It felt like I was like in a simulation. I kept on driving, right? I remember at one point, my phone, it had like 9% charge, and I was like, okay, that's pretty good. That's a lot of charge, it's a lot of battery life, and I appreciate it. And then I remember just looking down. I was like, oh crap, it's at like 20. And so I had a friend with me. It was probably like Natasha or something. I don't remember the name, right? It was either Natasha or like Steve. And I was just like, hey, we need to switch the aux because this is like on the way back. I don't even remember where we're going, but on the way back, you're gonna need to take we need to use your phone, okay? Because we're probably using Google Maps or whatever kind of maps we were using, some kind of satellite dish. I have no idea because it was all kind of fuzzy, right? But we were just driving down, and I remember on the side of the road, I kind of like, I caught a glimpse of something because, it's kind of one of those like lone highways where you don't really see much, but kind of desert and um, cacti and stuff. And I caught a glimpse of something, so I was like, wait, what is that? Now, look, I don't want to say it was like a giraffe because it looked more like a lion. It was like a lion, like a liony type of cougar or something like that. It was like a big cougar. And I remember telling my friend, I was like, "Do you see that? Like, do you see that? I don't even know what to call that thing. It's not a raccoon. Do you see that animal?" And I remember they were just like, "Dude, you're tripping. Like, what are you talking about? I don't see anything." And then at that point, I was like, "Oh, this might be a mirage." I've heard about mirages, right? In Vegas, there's this casino called the Mirage. In the desert, there's these things called mirages where people, they don't have any kind of fluids in their system and they start hallucinate. So I was like, whoa, this may be one of those cases. So we were able to be lucky enough to, there's like exits, like, hey, if you need some fuel, or hey, you want to take a dump, you need some grub, anything, we got you. Pull over here into this gas station and we got you. And I was like, okay, guys, let's pull over. Let's pull. I don't remember how many people that were there. It could have been just me and a couple other people, or it could have just been like a clown car. I don't really remember. I really don't. And that sticks with me a lot. But look, we pulled over, right? And dude, we walk into this we walk into this gas station, right? It's one of the, it's not a Chinese lady, but like a black lady. Like she was a sister, you know? And I mean, she was so sweet. Like she was like, "Hello, darling. What you doing?" It was like that kind of, like the kind of like wholesome southern kind of comfort kind of thing. And I was like, "Oh hell yeah, this is the spot, right?" And I remember we got like some like, not, it wasn't slushies, but it might have been freezies. What are those things called? Where I think Dumb and Dumber, they got them. It's kind of like a freezy, or I don't know what to call it, but it's something that cools the dome, right? And so what I didn't know at the time, though, is that one of my friends was diabetic. Like he never told us, like that it never was brought up or anything. So I bought like two, I think. So look, I think there was about 3 or 4 people in the car. So I bought about like four. I brought them out, man. I had a cherry one, I had a raspberry one. I think they had like an orange flavor, which was, from what I recall, absolutely horrendous. But I just got a whole bunch of assortments of colors and flavors, and I brought that ass out. And then my we get back on the road after we fuel up with some benzene and stuff. Um, we're on the road, and homeboy, I think his name was his name Ralph? It might have been Ralph. He's just like panicking in the back. He's just like, he's going crazy. We can't even understand what's going on. Like, he's like it looked like a seizure. He might have I don't know. It could have been an overdose. He could have watched, I don't know, an episode of Seinfeld and was just laughing really hard. But that wouldn't make any sense because I don't think anyone has. But look, it was a crazy time. We had to pull over. He started throwing up, and the crazy thing is, this actually was crazy, honestly. He got, it was either cherry or strawberry, right? It was like a reddish flavor. He starts puking out blue liquid. Okay, at this time, I'm like, this man is an alien. Okay, we got swapped out. This isn't really Ralph in the car. This is some kind of extraterrestrial. And we need to find out quick how to dispose of this man or this being, whatever it was. And and we're like, well, man, what the hell, man? Well, why are you vomiting out blue stuff? And he's like, no, chill. He said he had some blueberries for like breakfast or whatever kind of meal he was eating earlier. And so we start dying. Like, we're like, okay. We're my bad. We almost shot you, and we almost did. But then when we got back into the car, he got his little. Someone had some gum, thankfully. So I don't know about you guys. After I throw up, I need gum or mouthwash or something, because why does vomit smell so bad? It smells like so bad. Like, you would think, like, it smells just bad. I don't get it, right? But look, we're just driving down. We see some kind of amusement park, and we think about going there, but we actually didn't end up because it kind of seemed sketchy at the time. It didn't, like, I think we saw one of the roller coasters, it was like off, like maybe like a couple 100 feet off, and it just didn't look safe. It kind of looked rusty and stuff like that, and so we're like, let's die some other time. But then I was just driving, and I was like, wait a minute, blueberries are purple. Like, what? Like, blueberries aren't blue, and what he threw up was definitively blue. It was not purple in the slightest. And so I look back, and I look at one of my friends who's in the cockpit or the shotgun, and I'm like, wait a minute, yo, like, aren't blueberries purple? And then he looked back at me and he goes, yeah, what? And at that point, Ralph, look, dude, pulls a gun to the back of the dude next to me. I don't even know where he got the gun. I don't know how he got the gun, but he had some kind of a firearm in his possession, and he was getting ready to use it. And I was like, whoa. He said, pull over. And I was like, look, okay, fine. Look, I'll pull over. And the weird thing is, he wanted me to pull over on the left side of the road, not the right side. Typically, if you don't, live anywhere else, if you live in America and not in the United Kingdom, you drive on the right side. So I was like, can I just pull over on the right side? I'm right here. And he said, no, pull over on the left side. Pull over on the left side, man. And I was like, okay, cool. There was no one on the road. Like I said, it was empty. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's just calm the situation down. I'll pull over on the left side. I pull over on the left side. He gets out of the car, and honestly, I can't even describe it. It looked like he almost shape-shifted. Like, it was like he shape-shifted. He got out, and then just like I kind of heard bones, like, kind of like cracking. Like, his body was morphing into something else, like he was Mystique or something. And he just turned into what I recall being that little cougar off the interstate. I remember I thought I saw a lion or some kind of a jaguar. I swear he morphed into that and just started booking it, ran away. I don't even know where the gun went. Maybe the gun went into his mouth or something, or his stomach. I have no idea. But that was a crazy point in my life. That's when I was early, or when I was young. Like, when I was a younger person, that happened to me. And I remember thinking, like, dude, what just happened? And we weren't really experimenting with any kind of marijuana plants or any kind of edibles, that kind of deal. That wasn't our thing, and that's not something we were under the influence of. So I have no idea what happened. I don't even know where he got the gun, if he really is an animal at heart. or in nature. Where did he get a pistol? You know, it was a pistol. If I had to think, it didn't feel like a or like look like a Glock or anything like that, but it could have been like a 9 mil. I don't know. I really don't, and I usually do know most things. So that experience in my life, I think about that every once in a while. Like every time where I'm aware, if I'm like eating if I'm eating pizza or like drinking lemonade, I always like for some reason seem to think about that time. And I don't know. It's a weird feeling. It's definitely a weird feeling. I feel it right in the heart of my little uterus, you know. And so, look, stay away from empty highways, I'd say. And then also, just make sure your friends are your friends. You know, like that's a good moral to the story. Make sure your friends are your friends.